ahead on Early Birds.
Snap to Kirk. He wants to throw on first down. Going to cut it loose, and it's intercepted.
The writing was on the wall for Kirk Cousins.
The quarterback the Dirty Birds paid $100 million guaranteed will now start on the bench in favor of first-round rookie Michael Penix Jr.
The Falcons did what they needed to do.
Nobody, however, thought that the future would come this soon.
The Falcons turn to their rookie first-rounder at quarterback.
The Atlanta Falcons select Michael Penix Jr.
We'll break down the why now, and what it means for Michael Penix and Kirk Cousins ahead of a must-win game. Plus, we talk Bijan Robinson's special season, and the proud Texas Longhorn probably wants to watch our college football playoff preview as well. And the Falcons step up to help the next generation of football stars. That and so much more ahead on Early Birds.
Grab a cup of your favorite Joe and let's talk Falcons football on Early Birds, presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Good morning and welcome into Early Birds. He's DJ, I'm Justin, and Shock, we have got a quarterback change to talk about.
Did not see it coming. I mean, it was, you saw it there, the writing was on the wall,
Yeah.
but expected to happen the way it did. But you look back on the last 4 or 5 weeks, here we are. We got a new QB, and it's our 8th overall pick.
So much to talk about this morning, and we will get it started with the opening drive as we get ready for the Falcons and Giants tomorrow afternoon at 1 here on Fox 5. And it will be the first career start for rookie Michael Penix Jr. Raheem Morris announced the change Tuesday evening. So, Shock, why now, and what do you expect from Penix?
Well, I think we all saw how this offense was pretty anemic over the past 5 weeks. I mean, Kirk's numbers weren't really good. 9 interceptions, only 1 touchdown, turning the football over. That's not what you want. But now you insert Michael Penix Jr., a guy who played 48 games in college, 67 touchdowns just the last 2 years at Washington. He has the ability to move. This offense is going to look a little bit different, more play action, more movement. Michael Penix will add a different dynamic to this offense because of the things he's done in college and what he's done now.
Penix says he's feeling a ton of emotions right now, excitement chief among them.
Like I always say, my family, they always say, just trusting God, trusting the process, and, go about each and every day, with that trust and belief that whenever it's your time, it's your time. And they called last night, and they said it was my time, so.
All right, as we continue on the opening drive, the other side of this decision is Kirk Cousins. Raheem Morris said Kirk handled the move like a professional, but DJ, he was understandably disappointed.
And he should be. Obviously, he came here with high hopes and goals to take this team to the playoffs and give him a chance to go win a championship, but he just did not live up to that standard. He didn't play to the level that everybody wanted him to play to, and he started really good at times, and there are other times where you're like, he still looks unhealthy, he doesn't look the same. This is an offense that needed a change and needed a spark, and Kirk was starting to decrease the last few weeks, and now it's only time with your chance of you playing in the playoffs, you needed something else to happen. Here's what Kirk had to say about the move.
It's disappointing. It's disappointing, but it's pro football, and there's no entitlement. You got to go out and earn it every single day, and if you don't, you're always going to be competing, and change can happen.
Anytime you take a step down in the demotion or whatever the case may be, it's not going to be met with great, appreciation and all those things. But Kirk was a professional. He's a pro.
Talked to Mike last night and just let him know I'd be in his corner, and certainly knocked down, and the story's still being written. Someday we'll look back and have a little bit better ability to tell the story.
And as we wrap up the opening drive, DJ, we could talk quarterbacks all day. There's more coming.
Can we?
But how about the Falcons pass rush? For a moment, the Falcons have had at least 4 sacks in 4 straight games. First time they've done that, DJ, since 2004.
Yeah, unbelievable. And I think we've talked about it for, years now.
Yeah.
And then Coach Raheem Morris said, listen, when we get the sacks, they're going to come in bunches. Well, you just mentioned the last 4 games, they have getting after the quarterback, and they've done it with 3 and 4 pass rushes, which has been really, really exciting to watch. This is a unit, I think, that's earned some confidence, and they're starting to believe they can get to the quarterback and get him on the ground.
Yeah, D'Angelo Malone had 2 sacks against the Raiders. Before that, just 1 for his career. We talked one-on-one earlier this week.
Just getting a dub with the team. I think we're ready to 4 sacks, right? And I feel like our pass rush game is picking up. guys doing a great job. But yeah, my phone, it was crazy. First person I called was my mom. She was so excited. She almost jumped through the phone.
I know you guys aren't, looking at people talking in the media and things like that, but there were questions about the pass rush. I mean, it's going to happen. It wasn't where y'all wanted it to start the season. How satisfying has it been to have this stretch and show what you guys are capable of?
Oh man, it's been very satisfying. Once you get a sack, they come in bunches. So, guys just take pride in, just rushing, being on one page, and just getting to their quarterback.
Well, welcome into Early Birds alongside DJ Shockley. I'm Justin Felder, and the Falcons defense will look to continue getting to the quarterback against the Giants, who will start Drew Lock at QB tomorrow. Missed last week because of an injury, but the defense for the Falcons has to feel like could be another good week for them.
Absolutely. They have struggled to run the football. They've struggled to throw it around the yard. This is another game where you continue to build on what you've done the last few weeks, and hopefully that does continue tomorrow.
All right, we promised some more quarterback talk because there's a lot to get to with this Falcons situation. And one thing I wanted to ask you, Shock, about was how this is going to play internally in the locker room, right? These guys, they're consuming the media. They know what's going on. So how does the Falcons locker room, how did they handle this move?
It's an interesting thing because for so long, all the guys have gone to Kirk for everything. They look to him for leadership. They look to him for advice. And now that goes to Michael Penix Jr. because he's the guy they have to play with. So it's going to be a little bit different feel, but it's the same thing that Raheem talked about with Kirk. They are all professionals. They understand this happens in the game. It could happen to them. So they all understand when it happens, you got to go with it. And you just got to say, you know what? The next guy up, we got to support him.
We got a chance this week to ask around the locker room, get their thoughts on the quarterback change.
I didn't think it would have happened this early or now. Also I just work here, so I'm not really tuned into those decisions. So I'm just going out and trying to get wins and making the best of it.
Part of the business of it, and full trust in the coaches upstairs, the front office, the whole nine, and obviously we're always looking to do they're always looking to do what's best for the team, and our job as a defense is to make sure that we can help our offense in any way possible.
With him being a rookie, being his first start, just motivating him. We're going to have plays where it's down, like I said, ups and downs. Just motivating him, pushing him, and we're going to be with him through the game.
It's time to get some game intel from Shock. You're invited into the film room. So cut the lights and let's get started.
All right, in lieu of Michael Penix Jr. getting his first start tomorrow against the New York Giants, I had to go back into the film room, look at the last time we saw Michael Penix, other than playing some really time on task, which was in the preseason against the Miami Dolphins. Now, one of the things that Raheem Morris talked about from day one was he wanted a guy who was an elite processor, a guy who can get through his reads and understand exactly how they work, but also be calm while inside the pocket. Now, this is a play here where Michael Penix is going to go through a couple different drops. He's going to look at first down below. He wants to throw this football down here. He wants to throw it below, and he wants to hit this guy on this little end cut here. But because he's not there right now, he has to reset his feet and come back, and he's going to hit this end cut on the backside. So he's thinking about, okay, do I hit this guy? But it's not going to be there because this guy's going to climb on it. Then he's got this end cut coming from the top of the screen. Once he comes here and comes inside, watch this guy. He has to keep his eyes on him so he doesn't throw it into that zone. And once that guy vacates that area, now he has to wire him to throw this football. Now you see his eyes come across, and then you see the reset. See the reset, and now the quick throw, and nice job of putting it in the hole. This guy here went this way simply because of his eyes. Being able to move and manipulate players inside the pocket is a big thing in this league, and they will go where you take them. But now the accuracy to put it on him and finish a throw, and this was 2nd and 15. Now you get a big first down. These are the kind of plays that they're expecting Michael Penix to have and do and create. And he's going to have the opportunity to do this on Sunday against the Giants, and hopefully he's just as accurate as he was back in the preseason.
Yeah, showed some flashes, Shock, in the brief moments we got to see him. Looking forward to see what the rookie has in store tomorrow. And we've got more to come on Early Birds. A lot of Georgia Tech fans getting Birmingham Bowl tickets from Santa. Those things are selling fast. And a playoff preview as the first round continues today. Plus,
your technique is what's helping you, be in that position.
Beating one O-lineman, easy. Topping two, well, that takes a special player. The big man, David Onyemata, explains when we go deep.
You're watching Early Birds, presented by Mercedes-Benz. The best, nothing. And sponsored by the Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. And the Home Depot. How doers get more done. More Early Birds coming back at you. Early Birds. It's not Saturday down south without talking college football. Brought to you by Zaxby's, famous fingers and sauces. Here's Shock.
Well, like my man Headcrack just said, it's time to talk college football. And I know, Justin, you're itching to talk about the Dogs. And it was a big game last night and who they play and how that's all going to play out. So we got plenty of time for that. Got all next week to talk about it. Jake will be back to talk about it. So calm down. It's
okay.
All right. Dogs, we're going to talk about it later.
I'll keep it inside.
All right, cool. I get you. All right. Let's talk about some of the big games that's going down today. And let's start with Ohio State and Tennessee. Tennessee going on the road to Ohio State. An interesting matchup. When you think about this game, what is something that they said, you know what? I think Ohio State can do what in this game?
It's the atmosphere, Shock, right? It's going to be cold in Columbus. You got a team from the South going on the road. Now, those fans in the Horseshoe, I don't know what Jenk would be doing, but if things go south, I don't know how they're going to treat Mr. Ryan Day there. Not the most popular guy in Columbus, but I think the home venues, that's going to be awesome to watch today, and Ohio State's one of the best on a regular season game. This is going to be cool.
They are, but they are coming off a loss at home versus Michigan. That's a big deal. Jeremiah Smith is a big-time target for him. But I think Nico goes on the road. They have a big win. Dylan Sampson, you're talking about a guy who's 256 carries, 1,400 yards, and 22 touchdowns on the year. This is an unbelievable matchup, an unbelievable game. This defense for Tennessee is tough. Check out what they had to say about this game today.
I'm proud of what our guys have done. First week of this preparation. We got a lot of young guy work. We've been intentional with that throughout the course of the season as well, and have tried to continue that as we've shifted our focus to Ohio State. But this is all the work and energy that you put into it. This is where you want to be.
Josh Heupel there you can tell he's excited to go up to and play in the shoe. It'd be interesting to see how his team plays. Clemson taking on Texas. Battle of the Oranges, right? In this ball game, but Clemson, they got a way in thanks to Fran over in Syracuse. Found a way to get an AC championship. Clemson versus Texas. Is Texas the favorite to you or what?
I think Texas is the favorite in this one. I think it's one where, we've been talking all season about how tough Georgia's schedule is, right? And I think it's a reasonable criticism. You look at these two teams and what was their best win? Who had the tougher road? Obviously, Texas coming through the SEC. They get the win over their in-state rivals just to get into the SEC championship. They go toe-to-toe with Georgia twice, didn't win those games, but I think they've had the tougher road, and if they come out look really good, I think it's a good case to make that who you played during the year, the tougher conference can toughen you up for this time of year.
I agree with you. Texas, only 2 losses. You mentioned the Georgia. This is a Texas team that I feel like they are championship caliber, and 2 got away when they played against Georgia. But Clemson and Dabo, they find a way when they get into the playoffs to make big plays. Phil Maffa, I think the quarterbacks play a big role in this. Quinn Ewers and Cade Klubnik, 2 guys who absolutely play a lot of football throughout the year. It should be a fun matchup out in Austin for a big game. Now, another big game, we got to talk about the hometown team, the Birmingham Bowl. Georgia Tech taking on Vandy. Vandy back in freaking bowl contention. How do you see this game?
I'm excited, and you know who's excited? Georgia Tech fans. The original bowl allotment for tickets was 3,000. Tech instead requested 9,000. Triple their allotment. They got all the Jackets fans tickets. So expect a big presence out there in Birmingham from fans excited about what Brent Key's building.
I love that excitement all through. Both teams are excited to be in the bowl game. Tech has played really well this year. Cane's team has been good. Diego Pava has been a guy that everybody's been talking about this year. 17 touchdowns, 40 receptions. We got Vandy playing lights out, beat Alabama. We talk about this is going to be, I think, one of the more interesting ball games. And like you mentioned, Tech fans are excited to be there, and I'm sure Tech is excited to go get a win.
It's an easy trip for our fans. The time of the game allows people to make it a day trip, or a one night over trip. So it's exciting for the fans.
Brent Key's got this team moving in the right direction. The program's moving in the right direction. Had Georgia on the ropes at the end of the season. I love what Brent Key's doing with that program, and obviously Vanderbilt's going to be fun to watch too.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's bowl season. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to previewing your dogs in the Sugar Bowl next week. Shock, thank you very much. The Falcons D lineman David Onyemata. Well, he is just one man, but you take a look at opposing defenses, and you might not think so, because the Falcons' big guy in the middle is often commanding double teams from opposing O-lines. So he's gotten used to turning double teams to his advantage. Onyemata explains in this week's Going Deep.
For example, if you lined up on the guard, the initial thing, get off the ball, strike the guard, put both of them in different levels, so the guard is going to be a little further back than the tackle. Then it's your inside foot you have to stick at, then basically shrug the guy away, so it's like it ends up being they're working against each other. So the tackle who is pushing you, you're kind of, transferring that to the guards. It's a technique thing, but then too it's a leverage thing, So you're putting the guys on different levels, but at the same time, your technique is what's helping you, be in that position, and the leverage and everything. Yeah.
Leverage is everything. That's the name of the game. Well, Bijan Robinson has had leverage on his side en route to his first 1,000-yard season. DJ is going to tell you the aspect of his game that makes him so productive. That's next on Early Birds.
Going Deep is brought to you by Zaxby's, famous fingers and sauces. We're getting your Saturday started right. Early Birds is back in a moment.
All day. It's okay to be the best player on the field the entire game. The entire game. Like every game.
Well, Bijan Robinson has been everything the Falcons have wanted and more since drafting him last season. I really believe he is one of the most unique players in the National Football League. His ability to turn a negative yard play into 3 or 4 yards is what makes him truly special for this offense. Now, he just went over 1,000 yards in just 14 games, averaging 4.7 yards a carry. He's got 8 tubs on the year. But the other part of his game that makes him a complete back is his ability to catch out of the backfield. He's got 411 yards, and he's finishing this season, I'm talking about in the third phase of the game, really well, and that's blocking. Being able to pick up the pass pro has been special, and he's the ultimate back and pro, and that is Bijan Robinson.
I'll tell you what, Shock, Bijan Robinson has real intelligence, but one thing you can't turn on the TV these days without hearing about: artificial intelligence. It's changing the way how we search the web, how we solve problems at work, and even how NFL teams deal with injuries. That's the focus of this week's Emory Road to Recovery.
Something that's obviously coming in the future that we're starting to see in our everyday life is AI. And how will we apply AI with biomechanical testing and studying that we do in the sports medicine world? How will we apply that AI with strength and conditioning coaches and AI with coaching, and I think just trying to find and see where AI is going to go and the technologies that we'll be able to utilize in improving the performance and enhancing the athlete and the safety of the athlete and injury prevention. I think that's what I'm most excited about. I think for me, injury prevention ultimately is where we all want to go and where we want to continue to improve. I mean, we have improved a ton over the years in injury prevention, and we know so much more than we used to know. But I think utilizing AI, utilizing virtual reality, utilizing all these biomechanical testing that we have here at the Spark Lab, for example, I think if we can kind of continue to push forward in that, I think that's the coolest thing to look for in the future.
I tell you, Doc, I could have used a lot of that when I played. The Falcons are stepping up to help high school football players in Georgia and expand flag football across the state. We'll tell you more about it after the break.
You're watching Early Birds, presented by Mercedes-Benz, on your official home for Falcons football, Fox 5 Atlanta. Early Birds has been presented to you by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Well, the Falcons announced this week that next year, every high school in Georgia can get a grant to start a new flag football program or support an existing one. This is something they've been working super hard on. Additionally, for boys tackle football programs, schools can get up to 50 Guardian caps in 2025. Back to flag football, Falcons really paving the way in this. They've been working for 6 years, and right now, over 7,000 girls participate across Georgia high schools. Back with DJ now. Falcons and Giants tomorrow here on Fox 5. Michael Penix Jr. first start in that Giants front is no joke.
They are. They got a couple guys out, which is good for us, but Brian Burns is still in the lineup. He's a guy that can absolutely be a problem. We don't want him to get after our guy Michael Penix in his first game, so block this man, please.
It'll be fun to watch Falcons and Giants tomorrow. Hey, we're not going to see you again before the holiday season. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I'll see you before then.
Christmas, bro.
Falcons and Giants tomorrow. For DJ, I'm Justin. Have a good morning and a great rest of your weekend.